Hi friends, welcome back to my Cozy Crafty Cabin. So it is day 20 of my Christmas in July crafty series, and today we're going to be crafting with this 3x4 Cutapart sheet from Cutapart, the I Love Christmas collection. So I just pulled out some scraps from my scrap bin, and I have a few sheets of cardstock that I pulled out as well. And first things first, we're just going to cut out these 3x4 Cutaparts. So this is, I believe it's called I Love Christmas from Cutapart. If you saw my day one video for this Christmas in July crafty series, I just went through some different papers and things that I wanted to try to use up this month for Christmas projects, and this was one of those sheets. I had pulled out several just like single sheets, mostly Cutaparts, that were just in my stash. I have a lot of like random just like single Cutapart sheets that I've either purchased through scrapbook.com or Cutapart, and this was one of them, and I believe I've had this actually for a number of years. So I thought, all right, let's try to make some different projects with this Cutapart sheet. So this is just more of a kind of a laid back craft with me style video. I didn't really have much in mind. I knew I wanted to make some cards and make some tags, but I didn't really have any other plans beyond that. So here I'm just kind of organizing and deciding what Cutaparts I'm going to be using for different projects. There's going to be 3 different projects that I'm going to make with these 3x4 Cutaparts. So the first project we're going to be making are just some simple gift tags. So I set aside 4 of these Cutaparts, and we're going to turn them into gift tags. And I chose these ones specifically because they didn't really have like a sentiment really fitting for a card, in my opinion. They're kind of like little signs, like the Gingerbread Bakery, the Reindeer Training Academy, Santa's Toy Shop. It's almost like little signs, you know what I mean? So I didn't think they would work too well for card fronts, but I thought they would make really cute tags. So if you watched one of my videos earlier in the series where I turned some 3x4 journaling cards into gift tags, we're just following that same exact process here with these. So yeah, after rounding the corners and punching the holes at the top, I'm just going to take some ribbon. I have this cute red and white gingham ribbon in my stash, and we're just going to do simple slip knots for each of these tags. So very simple, very easy, and yeah, I think these turned out really cute with that ribbon. Okay, so our next project are going to be some A2 size cards with these next 4 Cutaparts that I've set aside. So these are each kind of like a character, right? There's an elf, there's a reindeer, there's Santa, and there's a snowman. So I'm taking that 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I pulled out, and I'm taking 2 sheets, and I'm cutting them in half on the 11-inch side, and then folding them in half, and we're going to get our A2 size card bases, right? That measure 5.5 by 4.25 inches. So yeah, these will be our card bases, and we have the cute Cutapart characters, and then I pulled out some random like scraps and bits from my Christmas scrap bin that I have, and we'll just kind of mix and match and figure out, you know, what looks nice together. But keeping it very simple, so like I'll have like a larger mat, I'm going to add a stamped sentiment, and another mat for the sentiment, and that's going to be that. And then I end up adding a little scrap inside the cards as well. Okay, so our third and final project are going to be these mini gift card holders. So they're like mini cards, but the intention or my intention with them was to be gift card holders. So I'm taking an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and on the 11-inch side, I'm cutting it down to 6.5 inches. And then on the 8.5-inch side, I'm cutting it down the middle at 4.25 inches. So you're left with two pieces that measure 6.5 by 4.25 inches. And then when you fold that in half, your base is going to be 4.25 by 3.25 inches. So you'll have like about 1/8 of an inch border around all four sides of that 3x4 Cutapart on the front cover of these gift card holders. So I'm using those like more like journaling style Cutaparts for the inside for someone to write a little message. And then I'm using these mini coin envelopes from Dollar Tree that I've used several times for different projects so far this month, as it's going to be like the pocket to slide in your gift card. And then yeah, I'm just kind of going through my scraps and deciding what's going to kind of coordinate well with my Cutaparts here. So for the gift card pockets, I decided to just cut one of these mini coin envelopes in half. So I get two pockets from one, and I only had to use one of these coin envelopes for both of these gift card holders. So here's a final recap of all the projects I made with our one 12 by 12 sheet of 3x4 Cutaparts. So you get 12 Cutaparts from one sheet. So we made 12 different items, but 3 different types of projects. We have those 4 gift tags that we first made, and then 4 A2 size cards. And here's how they turned out. I think they turned out really cute. And I liked how just, going through your scraps, you can kind of make things just work, I think the Santa one is so cute. And I like this last one too, this deer. So yeah, I thought those turned out really sweet. And then here are the 2 gift card holders. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've been enjoying my Christmas and July Crafty series. It's been so fun working on Christmas projects all month long. I'll have my playlist linked down below if you want to check out any other videos I've made this month. But yeah, thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you guys soon for my next project. Bye.